There, that's fine. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfect.
But I What time is it?
All right, Rob.
Dad.
Howdy.
Time.
It is. I like the
10:14.
pie. I like the combo.
I have a shirt almost exactly in the same kind of
Hi, Rob. There he is, and with the camera.
trying to get you some action poses in there. So it's not just...
Hello, Joan and Rob. This is Rob, your filmmaker, but I should get at least one shot anyway. Hope you have a lovely wedding. Okay, Rach, turn it off.
I want to fly American Airlines
This
somewhere.
always reminds me of grandma's too.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Big flash. Big. Big.
Oh. I want to do what? Take that other thing off, then it will. Take that away.
I'm not really here.
It's all right. Oh, there it is.
Back this way, you take the care of him with us. Try and make it look as natural as possible. Yeah, back here would be fine, just like I have. Answer it as cool as possible. Okay, so when the wedding tape stops.
So Brian and Dean, if you fix their notes. Okay. And then Andy else follows.
Those two seats are safe for us. Yes, you can sit there.
Yeah. Well, no, there are only two of you.
No, no.
I invite you to take a moment of silent meditation while we listen together to Grow Old with me. I want to greet all of you on behalf of Rob and Joan. They have invited you here today to witness their marriage. They have asked you to share in their happiness and to join them in celebrating this joyous occasion. Not only are you witnesses, your presence here today indicates your support and best wishes for this new chapter in their lives. Begin today. Love is the greatest single achievement of the human race. I can think of no other accomplishment of mankind that is so important. Yet it remains an intangible mystery. It's difficult to define and impossible to measure. At the same time, it is the quality that gives meaning and joy to our lives. Rob and Joan would like to share with you some words about their love and commitment.
First of all, I'd like to begin with by thanking all of you for coming here
and taking the time out of your busy lives to be with us. Joan and I really appreciate this, and we're glad you're here. I especially want to thank Don and Paula for so graciously hosting this ceremony. Over the last several years, they have been so kind to me, and we have become friends, and it has been a great pleasure to get to know them. I feel like I'm a double lucky guy, because not only do I get to marry my Joni, but I get to be a part of the Lindsay family, and that's a great thing. I would like to tell you a little story about how Joan and I met. It started off because I was on the internet and sort of posted my biography, and along with my biography, I posted a picture of myself and my daughter, Michelle. We were a package deal. So I was out there with a little biography and all the things that I liked about life and my goals and different things. So anyway, Joan came across the information and sent me some email and indicated that she had a whole lot in common. And we really did. We had a tremendous amount of things in common. And so after corresponding, we decided to meet in Visalia at Starbucks. And that's the location. And so anyway, I walked into Starbucks, and on my left was this beautiful woman sitting there with white pants and a beautiful smile, and she was reading a book. But she wasn't just reading any book. She was reading a John Grisham novel, it happened to be. So I thought, well, that was a good sign. I thought, well, I got into first base here as far as something happening. And, well, the chemistry was there from the very first moment I met her. When we started talking, I knew that I had found my safe harbor. Her beautiful smile and her gentle heart continued to melt me, and I fell in love with her, and I kept falling in love with her. We had dinner, and the next week we had dinner, and we kept having dinner. And we traveled to Paris, we traveled to Barcelona, we traveled to Madrid, and I kept falling in love with her. And I kept falling in love with her. She has become my best friend, my confidant, my travel partner, my safe harbor, and the love of my life. I put together a poem and of all my thoughts, and got it pretty well worked out. And then I came across this character that was several hundred years ago, the Scottish poet Robert.
Who is Robert Burns?
Joan likes Jeopardy. So I told her there would be a Jeopardy question. So she did it, and she gets the prize. Okay, now. Okay, well, it's A Red, Red Rose by Robert Burns. Hope is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love's like a melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lassie Joanie. So deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till the sea's gone dry. Till the sea's gone dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run.
My dear mother, who is very wise, taught me that there's not really any such thing as love at first sight. Real love, lasting love, grows out of friendship, respect, really knowing a person. And everybody here knows that I think just like my mother. So I won't say that I fell in love with Rob at first sight. It took about till weekend. But I knew the very first day that I had met Rob that he was someone very special and someone that I wanted to get to know. So these are the things that first attracted me to Rob. He loved to travel. He wanted to live by the ocean. He enjoyed his Scottish heritage, and he read lots of history. He passed the evolution test. He liked movies. He likes to keep himself healthy and fit. He keeps up a lively conversation, and he's so enthusiastic about his interests. He has a beautiful voice. and I love the way his eyes crinkle when he smiles. Those are all wonderful qualities, but a lot of people share them. As I got to know Rob, I discovered the deeper qualities that showed me what a wonderful person he was inside. And these are the reasons I fell in love with Rob. He loves his daughter so much and shared such sweet memories about her childhood. He really seeks to grow as a person, to keep learning, not only about stuff, but about people and about himself. He takes notes on Discovery Channel programs. He always tries to be the best he can be, and he always encourages me to be the same. He has a great sense of humor. I love the way he makes me laugh every day. But more than that, he knows that life is too important to be taken seriously. And since that's something that I have trouble with sometimes, I really appreciate his tutelage. I love his tenderness toward our animals and the way he dances our little Muppet dog around. I love the way he makes me feel so taken care of by doing so much around the house. I love the way we cook together. I love the way he trusts me and confides in me. But most of all, I fell in love with Rob because he put his arm around my shoulder and I felt that I'd come home. Rob, I love you with all my heart, and I always will. I'm so happy to be joining you on our lifetime adventure, and I promise you, whatever life's adventures, both good and bad, I will be there to face them.
Both Joan and Rob have mentioned their shared Scottish ancestry. That was one of the many common interests that drew them together. They want to use a little of that Scottish heritage today by adding that symbolically to this ceremony as they join their two clans together, the Lindsays and the Kerrs. First, they would like to invite their children to come up and light the unity candle as they become brothers and sisters.
I'm uptight.
Secondly, they would like to share this old Scottish blessing written by the Reverend Donald MacLeod of the Isle of Skye in 1760. 1,000 welcomes to you with your marriage kerchief. May you be healthy all your days. May you be blessed with long life and peace. And may you grow old with goodness and with riches. Joan and Rob, you may use your marriage kerchiefs to tie this knot. Will you have Joan to be your wedded wife? And will you love her, honor her, cherish and sustain her in joy and in sorrow, in plenty and in want, in sickness and in health, and be faithful to her so long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I will. I will. Joan, will you have Rob to be your wedded husband? And will you love him, honor him, cherish and sustain him in joy and in sorrow, in plenty and in want, in sickness and in health, and be faithful so long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I will.
I will.
A circle is the symbol of the sun and the earth and the universe, of wholeness, perfection, and peace. The rings you give this day are also symbols of endless love, which you enter as husband and wife. And may they be reminders to you of the pledges you have made here today. Would you repeat after me? With this ring, I pledge my trust.
With this ring, I pledge my trust.
Ring, I pledge my trust.
This ring, I pledge my trust.
I charge you both with the responsibility to grow, to change, to maintain the capacity for wonder, spontaneity, for humor, to remain quiet, warm, sensitive. I charge you to give fully, to show your real feelings, to save time for each other, no matter what demands are made on your day. I charge you to see the meaning of life through the changing prism of your love, to nurture each other to fullness and wholeness, to learn to love each other more deeply, to learn to love life more fully. I pronounce you husband and wife.
I had a similar experience in Ireland to yours. Going into the wrong pub where, they'd be glued to the TV and screaming their heads off.
Right, right, yeah. And they love their meat pies.
Yeah, I love meat
Those are
pies.
very good.
Oh, yeah. The peas, the only thing peas go good with.
Yeah.
I always wondered why we had peas, and then I found meat pies.
I think so.
Nella's just getting used to it.
Oh, no.
We don't have silverware, we can't like click the glass.
No, you don't have to do that.
We can use it to.
We have,
We can all go ding, ding, ding together.
There you go.
everybody here?
Now everybody's.
Now everybody.
I'm going to propose a toast. Now, I did this independently, you're not going to believe it. Are Rob and I thinking along the same lines? With a little help from Scotland's greatest poet. Robbie's lassie is like a red, red rose that's new in June. Robbie and his lassie are like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. So here's a toast to Rob Kerr and Joan Lindsay Kerr, husband and wife. As ere the heather, so mine. As ere the heather and the purple foxglove caress the bonny braes of Loch Lomond, may they have happiness, contentment, may they live long and prosper.
Thank you.
Get the clinking sound here.
I didn't get to sing Loch Lomond. I like it.
Joe, can you clean your glass?
Upstairs,
We're actually cooking.
Yes, we are.
outside, chairs and tables and everybody's drinking. I've never girl walked by at a 9 or a 10 and, you know, they were rating them as they walked by and whistling. It was just fun.
Bunny? Hi, Ruby. Ruby, good. Hi, baby.
Oh, we do need forks for this, don't we?
We do need forks.
Not to feed each
Exactly.
other.
One thing about me.
No, that's by hand.
This is a tradition.
Yes, and there's no such thing as cake smashing in this family, which is also a tradition in some
I'm
families.
not used to that.
Okay, are you ready, dear?
Don't mush it in his face.
I would never.
They were all like this,
And that little
and we'd go over for the weekend, and they would
I
go
wanna see.
over a bar, and they would start laughing. I remember one time, the bar. Grocery cart back, because they had just annihilated all the.
Oh, life's
Did
gonna
you see
be
what
fun.
they were doing? Yeah. Did they see what you were doing? It was funny.
Okay, I'll cut for other
Goes
people.
back in, they all jumped overboard when they got to the harbor, and they have one person to determine.
You ready for some cake?
Yeah.
Let me take some.
Ow.
Johnny, let me after that guy, the other guy.